want to come down, cause it makes trouble go away. Yeah. Oh my, my, my. I was so lost till now. Didn't know I was in doubt. To meet the others, my brothers, hear me today. I'm gonna ride this train, never coming back again. No, no, no. Everything that came before there led me to the end. Yes, it did now. Yeah. Listen to me. This journey never ends. On you it all depends. It's your life, you can learn it, you can burn it. It's on you. If you won't play this game, nothing comes easy, baby. You have to earn it or return it another day. Me, I'm gonna ride this train, never going back again. Yeah. Everything that came before there led me to the end. We're going on tonight. Seems to me nothing's what it seems tonight. Yeah. Head to the new sunrise. Never know what you're gonna see tonight. We're going on tonight. Seems to me nothing's what it seems tonight. Head to the new sunrise. Never know what you're gonna see tonight. Yeah. They'll hear a sound. They'll come from miles around to hear the brothers who make their pain go away. Make everything go away. We're gonna ride this train, never going back again. Oh no, no. And everything that came before there led me to the end. We're going on tonight. Seems to me nothing's what it seems tonight. Yeah. Head to the new sunrise. Never know what you're gonna see tonight. We're going on tonight. Seems to be nothing what it seems tonight. Yeah. Head to the new sunrise. Never know what you're gonna see tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. All I need is one chance. 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 All I need is
Hey, this is Garrett Smithley, driving the number 0 JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting night of the Pro All Out Atlanta Series Race 404. And yes, tonight is the final race of the series, and the champion will be receiving a cash prize from Pro, namely Michael D'Amico. I'm your commentator, Sean Zulu, and I am joined by our cameraman and second commentator, Dave Everly. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great tonight, Sean. Ready for some good old-fashioned racing. How are you doing?
I am doing good too, thank you. And I hear you on that one there. You know, today is the final race of the All Out Atlanta series. So definitely gonna see some great, exciting racing. Because since it's the last one, we have the biggest turnout, and looks like currently in the points lead is Michael Jeans in that 88, leading by 7 points. And right behind him is going to be Michael D'Amico in second place, and Jeff T. Martin in third place. So we're gonna try and see, keep an eye on Michael D'Amico and Jeff T. Martin, and also see how good they are. Basically, keeping an eye on them and seeing whether or not they can pull it off and take the lead away from Michael Jeans before this is over.
Most definitely, these drivers are going to be punching it out for the whole race because they're definitely trying to win that championship.
Oh yes, sir. You know, and from what I've seen so far, there's no giving. It's pretty much all take. You would hear give and take, but in this case, it's all about the championship. So these guys are just gonna pretty much be taking. But it is a 50-lap open setup race, so which means these guys are actually packing different things under those hoods. So we're gonna have some loose guys in the long run, some tight guys in the long run, and some guys slowing down due to their setup being fast for only a few laps. And how do you think tire is gonna play out? Is like the usual?
Tire wear is probably going to start taking effect about 15-20 laps in. They're going to have to start backing up their corners, and tire wear is definitely going to play an effect, and also pitch strategy is also going to be very important in tonight's race.
Oh, copy that. And are you saying these guys are gonna be able to go about 15 laps wide open?
Yeah, they're going to probably be able to hold it wide open for about 15 to 20 laps, and then they're going to have to start feathering that throttle to get these trucks turning around these turns.
Oh yes, sir. And as we have noticed, like the past 3 races, these guys prefer the bottom. But as we all know, that bottom takes out your tires when you stay down there all around the track. And just like you had mentioned, it's a 40% fuel limit, so these guys are going to have to actually pit more than once. It's a 65 lap race actually. It's not 50 this time, but 65, so 15 extra laps. And 2 quick repairs. So these guys are going to have to be careful and take care of their stuff so they can be able to finish this race.
Oh, most definitely. You're going to see drivers doing maybe letting off the throttle a little bit earlier, just trying to save those tires to get that late run up towards the front, while the drivers up front are the ones that are burning up their tires. We're going to see them dropping to the back.
Oh yes, sir. And that's what pretty much happens is at these tracks like these, and these last 3 races, we've gone green flag for quite a while. So that's when you pretty much notice the skill of these drivers. You see these guys who ride in the back are the ones who end up front in the long run, and the guys up front end up falling in the back, just like you mentioned. So it pretty much shows that the guys in the back are the ones who are taking care of their stuff, while the guys in the front only care about leading. Looks like, well, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Most definitely, and as the pace cars pulling out here, and they're all running double file, you know they're definitely going through their checklist and checking their fuel and trying to get their pitch strategy together for this long 65-lap race.
Oh yes, sir. And looking at the qualifying order here, we have Gary Loff, who's on the pole here. Great job by him. Followed by the 29 of LG Whaley, and that 20 of Martin Porter is in third place, right behind Gary Loff on the start. The 07 of Wesley Whitfield is in the mix here, right behind LG Whaley on that high sideline in second place. That 006 Verlis Falcons qualified 5th, and that rounds up your top 5. We are going to be going green here, exiting turn 4, as these guys are actually getting ready to go and getting really bunched up already. Pace car is off. The green flag flies. Gary on the loud pit going side by side with the 29 of LG Whaley, who did not get as good of a start. The 20 of Martin Porter catching up to that leader Gary, as he's going to give him a bump draft entering turn 1. LG Whaley already getting overtaken by the 20 of Martin Porter, then falls back in line right behind him. Looks like the 07 of Wesley Whitfield has been left out to dry on the high sideline and just lost about a spot. The 14 of Jeff T. Martin. It's like these drivers are actually already getting single foul here as they're just drafting and trying to pull away from everyone behind them.
Most definitely, it looks like an interesting, looks like the number 62 of Michael D'Amico started from the pits, so he's going to start this race a lap down.
Oh, that's really unfortunate, but I wonder, maybe that was a strategy, maybe it was him trying to stay out of trouble and trying to keep his truck as clean as possible until the race ends, or would you think maybe he just missed it by accident?
It's definitely hard to say. It could be either way, but like I said, it's definitely hard to say if he just missed the start or if this is all playing into his race strategy.
Oh, yes, sir. And actually going back to that 85 of William L.E. Wise, who drifts up exiting turn 2 and gets side by side with the 004 of Michael Johnson. Looks like he's going to be followed by the 63 of Tyler Chalk, who then jumps to the inside line, dumping him there, getting right behind the 004 of Johnson. We got one spinning on pit lane. That's a 24 Everett Lane. Looks like he got loose off of turn 4. Actually, looks like Everett Lane tried to pit, but was going way too fast and could not slow down enough to make pit road entrance and ended up spinning it. That's really unfortunate to see that 24 machine. The 5, Gary Whitmer, gets loose in the tri-oval, gets into the grass there as he's gonna mow that lawn a little bit. He has managed to save that truck of his and is now losing the pack and is on the apron exiting turn 2. Looks like we have another loose truck here. Looks like that was the 85 of William Lee C. He got loose in the tri-oval there and managed to save that truck of his. So great job by him. So far we've seen about 3 trucks get loose. That is not a good sign.
Yeah, it's definitely a sign of this track getting slick, so the drivers are definitely going to have to be on their toes to be able to wheel these trucks around these turns.
Oh yes, sir, without a doubt. And by the looks of it, Gary Whitmer is already making some, gaining some positions there as he just overtook that 12 of Kevin Bokema. I see some smoke on the track. I'm gonna try and find what truck it's coming from. Looks like it's that 006 of Verlis Falcons. He's smoking on the apron, taking that truck of his down to pit road to get fixed. That is really unfortunate, especially this early on.
As you said, they got a couple quick fixes, so he's going to try to get it down pit road, get those repairs made, and get back out on the track and to be able to save it.
Oh yes, sir, but those repairs come with the consequence there, and that consequence is of these guys going green for this long. That means those guys who are going to get those quick fixes under green are actually going to go a lap or 2 down, or even more.
Going back up front, Gary Lowe in the number 9 is still leading, followed by the 29 of LG Whaley with the number 14 of Jeff T. Martin right behind him, because it looks like the front pack of 5 trucks are running all single file.
Oh yes, and actually by the looks of it, when they run single file like that, they end up pulling away from the pack. As we can see here, they're actually losing the guys behind them. So that's actually a good strategy there.
Yeah, it's definitely a good strategy with 65 laps in a race. You just kind of want to ride, see how the truck's going to handle, and then hopefully put you in a position later in the race to be able to make those aggressive moves to get up to the front.
Oh yes, and going back in 21st place, we have a battle going on between that 41 of Dave Bachand and that 18 of Ivan P. Pangrazio. Sorry if I mispronounced your last name there, buddy. They're going side by side to the tri-oval there. They cross the start-finish line, but by the looks of it, the 18 of Ivan P is in 8th place, while the 41 of Dave Bachan is actually 2 laps down. So that's no pressure from Dave there.
Yeah, you probably saw him back off. Go ahead and let him around, especially since that that battle there was not for position.
Oh yeah, so it looks like courtesy there as Dave is actually now going to drift up, exiting turn 4 as they're going to come on and lap car go 3 wide. That's going to be the 85 of William LEC. That could have been ugly. Good thing those guys were actually paying attention there. So a great job by those. And going further back up front, that 23 of Donald King currently 2 laps down as well. Not sure what happened to him. He just got passed by the field here. By the looks of it, we actually have about 8 trucks a lap or more down. So that's really unfortunate to see early on in a race. And going back up front, we still have the same leader, that 9 of Gary Loft there, still getting help from the 29 of LG Whaley, who's getting help from the 14 of Jeff T. Martin. And by the looks of it, Dave, looks like Jeff T. Martin has a different line compared to that of LG Whaley. As you can see there, Martin is drifting up, exiting the turns, pretty much letting the truck roll out, while LG and Gary are actually just staying on the bottom or around the track, therefore turning in a little bit more and scrubbing, exiting the turn. So that's, I'm guessing it's going to affect them in a negative way, while Jeff is going to hold on to his stuff for a little while longer.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The higher line you run here at Atlanta, the more you're going to save your tires for the later run. So he's definitely doing some tire conservation, but just trying to make sure he keeps those 2 leaders in his sights so that way he can make a move later on in the run.
Oh yes, sir, without a doubt. And by the looks of it, Gary is pretty much comfortable being ahead of LG. As you can see, he's not protecting any line or any sort. So it looks like LG is also just pretty much riding and going to battle later on. And going back up front, the leaders are catching up to a lap car. That 55 of Braxton Proper, who's going to go a second lap down as when he gets passed by them. But by the looks of it, he's actually just a lap down.
Most definitely. And now we're going to go back and take a look at the 88 of Michael Jeans, who is our current points leader in the championship, and he is currently running in 7th position.
He is in 7th position right now, right behind the 51 of Dustin Lee there. And by the looks of it, Michael is actually slowing down. He's going down to pit road right now as we speak. Yeah,
definitely he's playing a pit strategy, so it'll be interesting to see how this strategy works out for him.
Oh yes, sir, and by the looks of it, he actually followed that 51 of Dustin Lee down pit road, and looks like behind them... Oh, caution is out, caution is out. That is definitely going to affect them if they end up having to pit. Gonna go back and take a look at what might have been the cause of that. Looks like the 07 of Wesley Whitfield was involved in that one. So was the 20 of Martin Porter. Got a piece of that 07 of Wesley. Oh. Actually, that was just a chain reaction. It started with the 9 of Gary getting into the 29 of LG Whaley.
Yeah. Unfortunate for the race leader. I mean, he is smoking, so he is definitely going to have to come down pit road and get some repairs. But that's definitely unfortunate with him leading the race.
Oh, yes, sir. And Dave, by the looks of it, it looks like that apron actually got him. By the looks of it, he got loose. Oh, yep, the back end went high while forcing the lower end of his truck to go down into the apron. And once he touched that apron, it was the end of it. He drifted up and got LG Whaley. And just like you have always mentioned, Dave, that apron is not your friend.
Yeah, most definitely. The apron can definitely be your worst enemy and cause you to retire from the race early. So it's definitely going to be something to watch to see how these trucks manage to stay down on that white line without touching that apron.
Oh, yes, sir. And, you know, Dave, keep in mind that we have a lot of lap cars. We have about 9 of them. So this caution is actually going to benefit all those 9 trucks that went a lap down or more due to all those, you know, getting loose early on in the race and having those incidents that did not bring out any cautions. Looks like that 9 of Gary got his truck all fixed up, looking good there. But is gonna go back from first place to 8th place. So it looks like he lost about 7 spots.
Yeah, very unfortunate for him, but there's still a lot of laps in the race, so it'll be interesting to see if he can work his way back up and get back up front.
Oh, yes, sir. And actually, by the looks of it, we have a new leader there. The 14 of Jeff T. Martin, followed by the 29 of LG Whaley. And the 20 of Martin Porter in 3rd place right behind them. And the 18 of Ivan P. Pangrazio in 4th place. And the 004 of Michael Johnson rounding up your top 5. Well, actually, that just now changed here. So now Jeff T. Martin is still in the lead, while the 004 of Michael Johnson went from 5th place to 2nd place. The 29 of LG Whaley is still in 3rd place. The 72 of Ivan Garcia now snuck in and is now in 4th place, while the 20 of Martin Porter went from 3rd place to 5th place, rounding up the top 5.
Yeah, most definitely. With Jeff, the 14 of Jeff Martin currently in 3rd place and 9 points behind the current point leader of the 88, Michael Jeans. It'll definitely be interesting to see how he does outside in that clean, fresh air.
Oh, yes, sir. You know, even though he might be 9 points behind the current points leader, Michael Jeans, if he wins this thing, he most likely will take the championship, but I'm not really sure how that works. It looks like in front of Jeff T. Martin, we have the 93 of Scott Sanderson, the 006 of Verlis Falcons, the 77 Jack Watts, 51 of Dustin Lee, and the 88 of Michael Jeans, all getting their laps back as they were ahead of the leaders and right behind that pace car. So great job to those guys. They were praying for that caution and they finally got it. Looks like the lights on that pace car are actually off now, as this start is going to be led by the 14 of Martin. Then behind Martin is going to be that 18 of Ivan P. Pangrazio. Then the outside lane is going to be led by the 29 of LG Whaley, followed by the 5 of Gary Whitmer Jr. back in the mix after an early incident on the first lap. Pace car is off. The green flag flies. Jeff D. Martin on the gas pedal, by the 29 of LG Whaley gets a better start than he did. But the 18 of Ivan P. Pangrazio to the rescue and giving him a bump draft already. Behind him is going to be that 9 of Gary Loff, who's going to be the 3rd car on the bottom lane, overtaking that 29 of LG Whaley, who's getting no help on the outside line whatsoever. The 5 of Gary Whitmer getting overtaken by the 72 of Ivan Garcia here. So it looks like he just lost about 2 spots that lap. Wesley Whitfield trying to make the pass on the 5 of Gary Whitmer, but has some right front damage that might be affecting him here. Everett Lane to the outside line, overtaken that 07 Wesley Whitfield, as now he's going to try and attack his next victim, the 5 of Gary Whitmer. Everett Lane with a huge run there, just tucking in right behind the 5 of Whitmer there, as they're going to try and overtake the 72 of Ivan Garcia, who drifts up high into turn 1 to let them by.
Most definitely, it looks like Ivan's definitely riding the high line, trying to save as the 41 comes a little loose coming out of the turn, but keeps it in the wall and keeps it from taking out any other trucks.
Oh yes, that's unfortunate. He's already 3 laps down and is now going to go more laps down due to all these incidents. And going back up front, the 5 of Gary Whitmer losing positions left and right as the 24 of Everett Lane is going to take it from him as though he's sitting still. Ivan Garcia right behind Gary Whitmer here, just riding the bottom lane from the high sideline now, as the 20 of Martin Porter is going to catch up to his back bumper. Side by side they go, exiting turn 4. The 5 of Gary Whitmer side by side with Ivan there, as the 20 of Martin Porter tried to take it 3 wide but backed off as it was a bad idea. Looks like Martin Porter is making moves. He just overtook the 5 of Gary Whitmer and is now going for his next victim, the 72 of Ivan Garcia. And now going back up front, it looks like we have a small battle there. The 18 of Ivan P. Pangrazio was side by side with the 9 of Gary Loff, but somehow managed to not pass the 9 of Gary. If Trevor Braxton Proper is in the mix, as he's gonna overtake the 72 of Ivan Garcia successfully, and now is gonna be behind the 5 of Gary Whitmer. Donald King back in the mix here, still 2 laps down, right behind the 99 of Gene Lipster, who lets him by, followed by the 62 of Michael D'Amico there, trying to take it 3 wide. 3 wide, Michael D'Amico in the middle, side by side with the 99 of Gene Lipster, and falling back in line behind the 23 of Donald King.
Yeah, Michael D'Amico in the 62 truck definitely thought better of trying to take that 3 wide as he just fell back in line. He definitely doesn't want to get a scratch on that special Michael Angelos painting scheme that he's running on his truck tonight.
Oh yes, sir, and by the looks of it, he now has someone hunting him down. That 51 of Dustin Lee comes out of nowhere, overtakes that 23 of Donald King, and he's now going for Michael D'Amico. He takes his inside line side by side. They're going to go exiting turn 4 as Dustin Lee has a bigger run. Never mind, looks like they're matching each other as Michael D'Amico managed to lead that lap from the 51 of Dustin Lee. Looks like Dustin takes it away from him as Michael looks to the inside line, does a crossover but does not have enough to pull it off. Dustin Lee's a man on a mission as he is going to overtake that 72 of Ivan Garcia. And going back up front, looks like we have a small battle going on between that 18 of Ivan Pangrazio and the 29 of LG Whaley, also involving the 24 of Everett Lane, who then gets his nose chopped off. Looks like they're back to single file, but the 18 of Ivan is going to be taken 2 wide by Everett Lane, and he's going to try and overtake him here in turn 1. Overtake successful as that 18 of Ivan falls back in line right behind Everett and looks to the inside line to try and take it away from Everett Lane again. Looks like he has the inside of Everett Lane there as he's going to drift up and hit his left rear there and get him loose. They both go off the track into the grass. They're both sliding there, have no traction whatsoever as they manage to both save it. Great job by these drivers. That was the 24 Everett Lane and that 18 of Ivan.
Yeah, that was definitely some good wheel work and able to keep it from spinning around in that grass as they lost the traction, and they were able to get back on the track and not collect any other trucks. So it was definitely good driving by both drivers.
Oh yeah, so it's definitely not easy to keep those things under control at such speeds.
Going back up front, it looks like number 9 of Gary Lowe is trying to make a move on the 14 of Jeff T. Martin, but he's just not able to complete it. Falls in back behind him as they come into the turn.
Oh yeah, so actually by the looks of it, they have quite a... Oh, caution is out, caution is out. Gonna go back and take a look at what might have been the cause of that caution. By the looks of it, the 63 of Tyler Chalk was upside down, left and right in every possible direction you can think of. So the 63 of Tyler Chalk was involved, so was the 93 of Scott Sanderson, and the 004 Michael Johnson as well, also including the 006 of Verlis Falcons.
Yeah, going back to look at the replay, it looks like the 63 just got a little loose coming into the turn, tagged the wall, went into a spin, and just kind of slid down in front of the other trucks, causing a pow-up.
Oh yes, and by the looks of it, looks like he tapped that wall, and when he tried to get out of the wall, his truck got loose, and when it got loose it went left. Then he tried to correct it and overcorrected it rightward into the wall and got collected by the 93 of Scott Sanderson, who had no time to slow down. By the looks of it, we still have the same leader, Jeff T. Martin, in that 14.
It looks like the 14 of Jeff T. Martin's going to be the first off of pit road. It looked like he took 4 tires and a full tank of fuel.
Oh yeah, so that's the way to go. 4 tires and a full tank of gas. Then you have one less thing to worry about, because now all you can worry about is maybe your next pit stop, but that might be a long way from now. But one more thing you can worry about is how to manage your tires wisely.
Yeah, most definitely. We're past the halfway mark, so these drivers will definitely be battling for that win, and especially the 14 of Jeff T. Martin in that Freedom Train trucker as he's trying to win the championship tonight.
Oh yeah, so it actually looks like the guys in front of Martin pitted. That's the 99 of Gene Lepster, who was in second place. Also including the 62 of Michael D'Amico going down pit road a lap down. We got 2 trucks in front of the leader, Jeff Martin. We got that 23 of Donald King, who's currently a lap down. We're going to get his lap back since he's right behind that pace car, so therefore he's going to be on the lead lap. But that might affect him because these guys have pitted, taken 4 tires and gas, and Donald King has not yet pitted and is still going to be on the same old set of tires that he was on during the green flag lap. So what would you do if you were Donald King in this situation there, Dave?
I would probably be doing what he's doing. It's definitely going to be interesting. As I'm showing, the 23 of Donald King is running about 18 laps on his set of tires. And the truck behind him, the 85 of William LEC, is running right about 19 laps on his tires. So it'll be definitely interesting to see, but they are definitely going to stay out and try to get that lap back so that they can, this would put Donald King, as you said, back on the lead lap and put the 85 of William LEC 1 lap down.
Oh yeah, so it's definitely a the strategy here pretty much has its positive sides and its negative sides. So therefore its positive sides would be them getting their laps back and being on the lead lap, but the negative would be them having 19 lap old tires, because like you mentioned earlier, these guys are going pretty much wide open. They don't have to lift or play with the gas or anything like that until about 15 to 20 laps into this race, and these guys are pretty much cutting it real close, 18 laps, and the other one was on about 19, you said. So it's definitely going to be really interesting to see. We're going to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, most definitely, as the pace lights are off of the pace car and they are double file. coming into turn 3, so it'll definitely be interesting to see if the 14 of Jeff T. Martin will be able to remain out in the lead, but he's got the number 9 of Gary Lowe on the outside, who's been having a really good run tonight.
Oh yes, sir. Looks like we have all 4 heavy hitters up front, and looks like we have the 55 of Braxton Proper also featuring his name there. The green flag flies. Looked like the inside line was sleeping as that outside line has taken off, being led by that 9 of Gary Love, who got the better start than everybody else, including the leader. 51 of Dustin Lee getting help from that 20 of Martin Porter in turn 1 there, as they're going to try and overtake the 14 of Jeff T. Martin, who seemed to have been sleeping on that restart. Looks like Gary's pulling off the track in turn 3. Looks like maybe he had some technical difficulties there. But that's really unfortunate to see, because he had a better start than everybody else and was pretty much in the lead. Looks like he's pulling down pit road right now on his own with no one else following him. I'm not sure if that's his strategy or maybe he has something going on.
It definitely could be a pit strategy. He might be short pitting it, trying to make sure he's got enough fuel and some fresh tires to be able to make it, but he doesn't go into the pit stall. He just does a drive-through and is back out on the track.
Oh, maybe that means he might have had a some kind of black flag he had to drive through. That could be the cause as well, because sometimes when you get a black flag, you're required to drive through. Oh, looks like we have some contact up front. The 29 got into the 55 of Braxton Proper. Actually, the 29 of LG Whaley got into the side of the 20 of Martin Porter, forcing him to hit the 9 of Gary Law, who was exiting pit road on the apron. That's really unfortunate to see there. Looks like it involved 59 of Dustin Lee, the 20 of Martin Porter, and the 9 of Gary Law.
It also looks like the 88 of Michael Jeans, our points leader, was also involved in that accident as well.
Oh yes, that's really unfortunate. By the looks of it, he had nowhere to go and got collected while those guys were coming back up, were going back onto the apron there.
Yeah, it looks like the 88 of Michael Jeans is going to come down pit road, get that damage fixed, and try to get back out there. He's got a little bit of front end damage, but he's going to try to get it fixed and get back out on the track.
Wait, what? That was not a caution? I actually thought it was a caution, but I guess not. Still green.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting, but the flag didn't come out, and they stayed green flag racing, which in most instances like that I've seen that, that would be enough to bring out the caution flag, but they're staying green flag racing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Maybe it could have been that those trucks wrecked off the track, and therefore iRacing was not triggered to bring out a caution, as no one washed back up onto the track. So therefore, I mean, it's just courtesy of these guys, not trying to intentionally bring out that caution, but trying their best to stay off the track to avoid bringing out the caution there. Looks like Jeff T. Martin is still going to stay in the lead, followed by the 29 of LG Whaley, who seems to have some scratches on his left side due to the contact he made with that 20 of Martin. Looks like Martin Porter is right behind the 55 of Braxton Proper, who just overtook him there in a tri-oval. Martin is currently 2 laps down due to that incident. Well, let's keep an eye on the 88 of Michael Jeans, the 62 of Michael D'Amico, and also including the 14 of Jeff T. Martin. Actually, the 14 of Jeff T. Martin is in 3rd place in points. So maybe this might be his lucky break. If they go green, he pretty much has this. He can bring it home.
Yeah, with him only being 9 points behind the points leader of the 88, Michael Jeans, this is definitely a lucky break for him. As long as he can keep his truck clean and come into a real good position, not necessarily got to win, but he's definitely got to finish strong and keep his truck clean.
Oh, yes, sir, without a doubt. And looks like that 88 of Michael Jeans is just a lap down, unlike the 20 of Martin, who's 2 laps down there. And gonna go back to Michael D'Amico, who's also 2 laps down, but was currently on the lead lap, as he's gonna be overtaking that 72 of Ivan Garcia entering turn 3. Well, that incident there spread out the field pretty much. It spread out everybody, because everybody behind the wreck had to slow down, because some of them thought the caution was gonna come out, while others thought it was the best way to avoid the wreck, which it is.
Most definitely, but like you said, we've got trucks pretty much all around this track, so it's definitely spurred them out. So there's probably some people praying that a caution flag comes out, as they are on 15 laps to go.
Oh yes, and by the looks of it, we only have about 11 trucks on the lead lap, and we have about 11 a lap or more down due to that incident there. So that's pretty much, so half the field is on the lead lap, while the other half of the field is a lap or more down.
Yeah, most definitely, and I'm showing the 88 of Michael Jeans currently 1 lap down, so he's probably one of the strongest, hoping for a caution to be able to get back on that lead lap.
Oh yes, sir, and that 88 Michael Jeans, as you mentioned, is the first truck a lap down, so therefore is eligible for the lucky dog if they do have a caution, and therefore he'll get that lucky dog. He can pit. He's gonna have time to pit after the lucky dog, but then looks like LG Whaley just blew his engine there. That 29 LG Whaley going down pit road. That's really unfortunate. Don't know what happened there. He was just following the 14 of Martin there, and all of a sudden heard a loud boom in turn 4.
Yeah, hopefully he can at least coast it down to his pit stop, but it looks like he's not going to be able to, and he's got to call for a tow.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. That was one of the strong drivers, one of the strongest drivers in this race tonight. But it looks like now Jeff T. Martin there has no pressure whatsoever and is just going to go for an easy Sunday drive.
Yeah, I'm currently showing him about 3 seconds ahead of second place of the 55 Braxton Proper. So he's definitely just got to ride easy, and like I said before, just keep that truck clean as they're on 12 laps to go.
Oh yes, sir, and oh my, look at that 55 of Braxton Proper. He has some damage in the rear and some bad damage in the front. I'm surprised that is not slowing him down as much as it should, as it would look like, I mean. And Dave, from experience, what would you think caused the 29 of LG Whaley to blow up?
Definitely, if you're pushing here, and you don't keep an eye on your water temperature or oil pressure, it could definitely get high and cause that motor to blow if you're definitely pushing and not getting no clean air under that hood.
Oh yeah, so that could definitely also be a cause, and also another cause could be having the tape too high, because like we had mentioned earlier, this race is an open setup race, so therefore these guys are running different setups and can tweak their tape due to their liking. And speaking of tape, it looks like the 14 of Jeff T. Martin is going down pit road here.
Yeah, he's probably coming in for his last pit stop, so we'll keep an eye on him and see what he does as far as pit strategy.
Oh yes, sir, and looks like he pretty much has nothing to worry about just yet, because he has no pressure, because Michael Jeans is still a lap down, while D'Amico is 2 laps down. And Dave, just like we know from experience, it's not over until it's over, because something might happen, and Michael Jeans can still win this thing, or D'Amico can win this thing.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, anything can happen. It looks like the 14 of Jeff Martin is going to take 2 right side tires and a tank of fuel and get back out on that track, as the 55 of Braxton Proper go ahead and makes his final pit stop of the evening.
Oh yes, sir. And Dave, do you think taking 2 tires is better than taking 4 in this case?
Definitely in this case, you want to get back out on that track as soon as possible. You're under 10 laps to go. I think with 2 right sides, as long as he drives smart, he'll be able to keep that truck clean. But I think it was definitely a good call in this situation.
Oh, yes, sir, most definitely. And going back up front, we have a new leader. That's 77 of Jack Watts, who's now in pit road at the moment. And looks like exiting pit road is going to be that 72 of Ivan Garcia, who's currently in 3rd place, following the 99 of Gene Lipster. Looks like Jack Watts is also now leaving pit road there. Hopefully he can keep his lead. Jeff T. Martin getting his positions back here as he's catching all these lap cars and getting around them using their draft to try and better his lap times. Looks like we have a new leader, that 55 of Braxton Proper. Looks like Braxton is clean now. He got his truck fixed. I believe you mentioned that earlier, and is now in the lead here ahead of Jeff T. Martin.
Yeah, I'm showing he had a really good pit stop with a really good time. Looks like he took 2 tires and a tank of fuel and was able to get back out on that track ahead of Jeff T. Martin and take over that lead again.
Oh yeah, starting by the looks of it, they're separated by a lap car. That 07 of Wesley Whitfield catching up to Braxton Proper, while Jeff T. Martin is using the draft of the lap car of Whitfield to get to Braxton Proper.
Oh, most definitely. Right now, you're going to see the 14 of Jeff T. Martin definitely pushing hard with 4 laps to go. It's go time. These drivers are going to definitely push a little harder than they normally would, trying to get up to the front and catch that leader in passing.
Oh yeah, sir, and would you look at that, Dave? Look, Michael Jeans is back on the lead lap and is in 4th place, but by the sounds of it, he's clutching that truck of his, and it's going silent in the turns, and he's getting back onto the gas, exiting the turns, so therefore it lets you know that he's saving gas.
Yeah, he's definitely playing position here, trying to finish strong and still be able to maintain his championship. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how many positions, if any, he loses, and if he's able to keep his 4th place position. I do believe he might be able to still keep the championship.
Oh yes, sir, most definitely. That 9 laps does really make a difference, but it could be for the better or it could be for the worse in this case. Looks like he just actually got overtaken by the 62 of Michael D'Amico there, who's still 2 laps down. And now going back up front, looks like the 14 of Jeff T. Martin is slowly running down Braxton Proper, but only has 1 lap to pull it off. Gonna focus on Braxton Proper here as he's gonna catch 2 lap cars. That's gonna be the 5 of Gary Whitmer and the 07 of Wesley Whitfield. Braxton Proper seems to have this thing locked in as he has no pressure whatsoever because the 14 of Jeff T. Martin is not in close enough distance to make a difference. Braxton Proper is going to bring this thing home with no pressure whatsoever. Congratulations to Braxton Proper. Still got Michael Jeans clutching that truck of his in, so by the looks of it, he's actually going to make it to start-finish line. So great job by him.
It'll definitely be interesting to see how these points play out, see if he's able to keep his point lead and win the championship. So it'll definitely be interesting to see.
Oh yes, and by the sounds of it, he actually might have ran out of gas right as he crossed the start-finish line. So great timing. So Braxton Proper brings this thing home as that 14 of Jeff T. Martin comes in right behind him, and that 18 of Ivan P. Pangrazio comes out in 3rd place. That 77 of Jack Watts, 4th place, and that 88 of Michael Jeans rounding up your top 5. Focusing on that 55 of Braxton proper as he's going to burn that thing down. Going to try and get an interview here with our race winner, Braxton. All right, Dave, you can start it off.
And we have the winner of tonight's race, the 55 of Braxton proper. Braxton, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I just thought we were coming down to those last closing laps, and I thought about taking 2, and I thought about taking none, and just taking a little bit of fuel, enough to get me through the last 10 laps, and I did, and I just took 0 tires, and I just wheeled it the last 10. I was so loose and just hung on for the win.
Most definitely. I seen that you had a little bit of damage, so that looked like you had some incidents there earlier in the race, but you was able to overcome it. Did you have any specific pit strategy or any strategy coming in tonight's race?
Yeah, I wanted to do short pits at the start of the race, and that's what I did. And we had those last 2 cautions there, and that's what gave us that nice fuel load. And just the short pits helped me really, and just coming back from 2 laps down was nice.
Well, you definitely deserved it and earned that win tonight. Before we let you go, is there anybody you would like to thank?
I want to thank my teammate Tyler Chalk for helping me out and helping me build the set, but that's all. And thanks for you guys for putting this on. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our second place finisher here, the 14 of Jeff T. Martin. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir, Jeff. We've been watching you. Pretty much led most of those laps, but that pit stop looks like it might have didn't work out in your favor, or didn't look as it worked out as you planned. But how was your pit stop? Did it affect you negatively?
No. I was actually running Braxton down because I don't think he took tires. So I was running him down pretty good. But if we'd have had another lap, I'd have got him. But hey, it's 65 laps. So good win to Braxton.
Oh, copy that. And yes, we did notice you were running him down. You were about 0.7 seconds right behind him, crossing the start-finish line. So great job on that. And tell us, how was your setup tonight?
Oh, it's a good setup. It's my secret setup. I don't even give it out to nobody or share it with nobody. So it runs really well. I could run the whole race at the bottom without lifting at all, and I never got loose, not one time.
Oh, copy that. And by the looks of it, you managed to lead all those laps with ease and didn't have any pressure once that 29 of LG Whaley, unfortunately, had got wrecked out. Looks like he blew his motor. I believe it was him running too much tape compared to you. Well, is there anyone you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, appreciate you guys broadcasting the race, and D'Amico for running All Pro Racing. It's a good league to run, and Danny Rudy, I know his race is on Tuesday night, but he's been sticking around for a long time now. And Pad and Michelangelo's painting, and all my buddies at Freedom Train. It's the paint job I got on, and the music that people hear in the background. A great group of guys doing amazing things, and they'll be coming to a city near you at some point.
Oh, yes, sir. Definitely check them out. That's Freedom Train. The spelling of that once again is PHREEDMTRAYN. Oh, and one more thing, Jeff Martin there. We noticed that you're third place in points. Well, you were in third place in points before the start of this race. And this win gives, well, you finishing in second place gives you a couple of more points than the points leader, the 88 of Michael Jeans. I'm not really sure whether or not you won the championship, but good luck on finding that out. Hopefully we'll find that out after this shortly.
Yeah, I appreciate it. hey, he's a teammate of mine, Southeast Motorsports, and if he wins, I'm happy for him. If I win, I'll be even happier because that'll be 3 seasons in a row. So
Hey,
appreciate it.
I'd like to step in here for a second, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, Michael.
First of all, I knew that Jeff Martin didn't give me this best set, so now that that's out in the open.
He just don't know. He's got the same set.
Okay. Well, anyway, the final results are in the official results. It's Michael Jeans wins the championship, Jeff Martin in second, Michael Johnson in third, and me in fourth.
Cool.
Oh, congratulations, Jeff Martin there. You come out in second place. Looks like you finally managed to overtake that 62 of Michael D'Amico there. And Michael, just like Jeff just mentioned here, he said you ran the same setup, you just don't know it. So maybe you just might need to change the driver is all.
Yeah.
It's very possible. I let him run around in second place, for a couple of weeks. He felt good. And then I decided I'd just try to snatch it away from him tonight. So.
And that's fine. He can keep telling himself that for as long as he wants, but he knows.
I'll copy that. Well, once again, Jeff T. Martin, congratulations on your second place finish, and we hope to see you again for the next series.
I'll always be here. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, Dave, you can get the third place finisher.
Third place finisher in the number 18 of Ivan Pangrazio, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name. You got a copy, Ivan?
Yes, I do, and name's fine.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your race. Did you have any strategy coming into tonight, or did you have any teammates you were working with?
Well, my strategy was mainly just survive, because my setup wasn't very good. The truck wasn't running very good. I was pretty slow, so I just tried to survive the whole race, and I tried, see if I could work out a pit strategy, but the yellows changed that up a little bit, so I just got real lucky not missing all the wrecks, and with the pits and everything, I got real lucky.
Oh, most definitely, but sometimes it pays to be lucky, and you definitely got lucky and came out with a third place finish. Do you have anybody you want to thank or any sponsors?
Yeah, I just want to thank All Pro Racing for putting this on, and Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling, and Michelangelo's Painting for sponsoring everything, keeping all this running. This is only the second race I've ran with this series with All Pro, but it's been pretty fun, both of them. So.
Well, most definitely, and I would want to say congratulations on your third place finish.
Thank you very much.
That was our third place finisher, Ivan Pangrazio. And actually now in here, we actually have the 88 of Michael Jeans himself. You got a copy, bud.
Boy, you want to talk about lucky? That's me.
I hear you on that one. And by the looks of it, you were in the points lead starting the this race, and you managed to bring this thing home. Tell us about your experience in this 4-race series.
Yeah, I mean it's been good. I got lucky working with my teammates, Jeff Martin, Nick Reynolds, Wesley Whitfield, Dustin Lee. We all worked together. We built us some good setups, and it's been a lot of fun. A lot of luck. Tonight was tough. I knew it was over. That last wreck there, I knew it was over. I was done.
Oh, copy that. And yeah, man, we were watching you this race. By the looks of it, this race did not go as you had planned. At one point, it looked like you were a lap down and somehow managed to still bring this thing home in 5th place. We noticed you clutching it into the turns to try and save gas. Tell us, how was that strategy? How did it work out? Did you actually barely make it?
I ran out in turn 3, coming to get the checkered. So I was far enough ahead, 6th place to be able to coast across and get my finish. Actually, one of my teammates, Wesley, pushed me back into the pits on the cool down lap.
Oh, copy that. And just like you had mentioned, speaking of lucky, lucky you, and great job on that fuel strategy. Because, man, without experience, I'm sure you would not have been able to pull that off. And by the looks of it, and by the sounds of it, you brought this thing home, won the championship, and you're going to be getting a cash prize as the champion of the 4-race series. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Of course, Michelangelo's Paint Buddy or Michelangelo's Painting, Dan's Top Notch, All Pro Racing, All Pro Broadcasting, Michael D'Amico, my teammates at Southeast Motorsports, Nick, Dustin, Jeff, Wesley. I love running these races. Like I said, last night's the Top Notch Tuesdays, the Wednesday Warriors that we got coming up. I'm excited. That's gonna be a good series.
Oh yeah, so we do look forward to that series, and we do look forward to you being in that series. And with your experience, I'm sure you're gonna bring that series home as well, without any question at all. And well, Michael, once again, congratulations on your fifth place finish, and also your, most importantly, your championship there of these four series. Once again, congratulations, and we hope to see you next week or whenever the next season starts for the Wednesday Warrior Series.
Yes, sir. I'll be here next week. I'll be here. I hope to be here for a long time. These guys are a lot of fun to race with, and hopefully I look like I knew what I was doing with playing that fuel strategy. Like I said, it just worked out with that wreck and having to come in and get fixed. Once I didn't even realize I was going to be able to make it until about 3 laps after I got into that run and got going, and I started saving, and that's what it was. It was fun. Appreciate it. Enjoyed it, guys.
So I'm glad to have you.
So, you got a copy there, bud?
Yeah, I'm still here.
So you came in tonight's race second in points. We saw at the start. Was that a little bit of a strategy? Because we seen you start from the pits. Can you tell us, was that strategy, or did you happen to miss the gridding?
Oh yeah, I don't know if you noticed the last few broadcasts. The same thing has been happening to me. It's a it's actually an iRacing glitch. If I get and I'm sitting on the grid, watching the clock tick down to to start the race, to start the pace lap. As soon as it hits 0, boom, it pops me right into my pit stall. So at that point, you can't re-enter the track until the race is started. So it automatically puts you a lap down. It pisses me off. It's the reason I'm blaming it for not winning the championship tonight, because I had a good chance. I had a real fast car, a real great chance of winning. Had a lot of practice, the whole series. Like I said, I blame it for not winning the championship tonight. But congratulations to Michael Jeans. We raced each other pretty hard for the whole series, and I'm glad to see him win it. I'm glad to see him come back for the next series, Southeast Motorsports. Those guys are all pretty good. It's good to have them around here racing against us. Oh, definitely, yeah. Next week we start our next 10 race series with the Xfinity Fix series, and people really enjoy that. We've had a great turnout with it. A lot of viewers it's real popular with the viewers. The drivers love it. We usually get full fields. We try to change things up a lot, back and forth here to keep everybody interested. We have like over 400 members, so it's hard to keep everybody happy. But if we keep switching the field, keep switching the sets, switching sponsors, all kinds of stuff like that. But it's going to be a great series. It's something you really want to see live. But at this point, we still haven't actually signed with the sponsor yet for this. I mean, Dan's Top Notch has always been a sponsor with us. He's always part of it. He's always mentioned as a sponsor no matter what. But in order to keep these series live for the viewers, the donations are what matter. There's donation buttons on the site or the email posted in the chat room. that's the kind of stuff that keeps the announcers, the broadcast, everything going. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that most people don't know about. But like I said, the series that's coming up is going to be a nice long series. Everybody can have a chance to really compete, and with being fixed sets, um, is going to make the competition a lot closer.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We are definitely looking forward to that Wednesday series. As Michael said, you could always check out All Pro Racing either at their Facebook page or on their website and on iRacing.com's league directory. Well, Michael, congratulations on your third place finish in the championship, and we look forward to seeing you racing more often.
Right. And again, before I go, I'd like to thank you and Sean, for joining All Pro Broadcasting and actually doing your part to make this one of the best broadcasting networks out there. That's what it takes to proceed and get better throughout this whole season. And I'm proud to say that people are fighting to get us on the air with us. We're within the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping to see All Pro Broadcasting both channels live 7 nights a week. So all of us working together and all the viewers and everything, it makes a big difference. Most part right now is you two have come on board and you've taken a lot of load off of me, and I have a feeling we're gonna have a great 2017 year.
Most definitely. So Sean, what was your favorite part of the race tonight there, bud?
Oh man, honestly, I love the unexpected turn of events. Expecting, since I see Michael Jeans up front pretty much every race I see him in. Tonight he unfortunately got wrecked out there, but somehow managed to get back on the lead lap and finish in fifth place. So that pretty much showed me that even with experience like he has, things can still go south. But then he showed us that even though things went the way he did not plan them out to go, he still did not give up and brought that thing home. And I was also happy to see the long green flag runs. I believe we had about 1 to 2 cautions only. So that's a really good race in 65 laps. So a lot of battling, a lot of side by side, a few 3-wide incidents, a lot of drivers driving through the grass and being able to keep those things under control without any traction in the grass whatsoever. But yeah, I pretty much enjoyed the whole experience. Thank you for joining me.
Most definitely. Thank you for having me, Sean.
Yes, sir. And also one more thing before we go, we want to thank the sponsors here, Michael Angelos Painting and Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling, just like Michael had mentioned earlier. And also PAD, once again, guys, PADD, People Against Distracted Driving, PADD.org, and Distracted Driving. You don't want to have your phone in your hand while driving. Even talking on the phone while driving slows down your reaction time by a few seconds. So you definitely don't want to risk that, because you can definitely lose your life in those few seconds. And also, you don't want to have your dog on your lap while you're driving. We know you love your dog. You can pet it or kiss it when you're not on the road. Stop the car. If you want to text, pull over the side of the road and text from there. That's safer than you texting and swerving in and out of the lanes, putting other people's lives at risk, including your own life at risk, and also your passengers who might be with you. So once again, Michael D'Amico, thanks for having us. And thank you, Dave, for joining me. It's been a fun experience. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button so you can know when we go live. And once again, without you guys, we're nothing. So you viewers are what we are here for. You guys keep us going every time. You're the ones who motivate Michael D'Amico and Dave Everly to turn on those broadcasts and stream these races. It's because of your support out there. We get all those views by the end of the week, and it's really amazing. We get very good comments, and it motivates us to keep going. So once again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you've been here a while, thank you for staying with us, and keep spreading the word. Well, this is Sean Zulu, Dave Everly, and Michael D'Amico. And we are out. Have a good night.
Miles around, just to be near you, 'cause you make troubles go away. And when you hear that sound from cause it makes trouble so weird.